All right, howdy peeps and peoples. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I want to give you a little bit of a insight into this video. This is my boy Cliffy. Now, Cliff's with Buchanan Logging. He's been a friend of mine for years, and I want to kind of give you all, he overthinks everything. This guy overthinks freaking everything. So, everybody give Cliffy some support, because he's going to share us into his new rig that he's very proud of and very well deserved. You know, everybody's got somebody in their industry that's a company or whatnot in their local industry stuff. They kind of, well, they kind of push up, you know, to make everybody, because they put a good face on for everybody. So in our industry, in our area, it's these guys. Everybody loves them. They got a great personality. They do a great job, and they take their job very serious. And every once in a while, I can get these guys in a goofy mood because I love the crap out of them. And I get them in a goofy mood and let them let their hair down a little bit. And I got Cliffy in a good mood. I bought him a couple beer, and we went up and checked out his rig. So I hope y'all like this, and leave Cliffy some good comments. Thanks, everybody.
Well, I'll let you give us a tour. You want to give us a tour?
Hey, man. This right here's a career changer, because I'll tell you, after 24 years of hand cutting, we can get right in this machine, and we don't have to get eaten up by mosquitoes. We don't have to get the itch weeds. And best of all, if we get pinched, we're a really dicker, because
just lift. If you get pinched, just lift.
Yeah. So, we're thankful to have this machine, and it's fit in really well with our company. It's a great place because we're working smarter. We work hard, but we're also going to work smarter, and this is a smart tool. It's an expensive tool, but that's part of we got to do our due diligence and be safe about our job and be productive, and this is a safe and productive machine. And I'll tell you what, man, it'll get the trees down.
That is a beautiful rod now. That is a beautiful rod. Now, what size is it?
We're 859.
859.
So nowadays, we really only got two sizes to choose from. We're either going to choose an 8 or a 9. We can pick a flat bottom, or we can pick a leveler. That's up to us. But the new ones over at the factory, they only make an 8 or a 9, and they're both about the same machine. We have the 7 undercarriage, so we have the same tracks, the same engine. Everything from the swing down is the same on an 8 or a 9. But the only thing we're going to have a difference of is we pack the 8 up in tight. So we're not swinging the tail end around quite as much as we are on the 959.
You do have a tail swing, just not much of one.
Not much at all, but the beauty of it is the tail swing is the counterweight. So if we get too close to something that's not so forgiving, we're probably going to bump off it in just a bit. But so the 859 is tight, but we have our boom scheme in the middle. So that means that we may not have quite as much of a working radius, because most of the power is you sucker up right tight to the tracks. That's where we're going to get the hard work done, the heavy lifting. That's where the 959 come in. So on the 959, what we're going to do a little different is we pin the boom right here on the front.
Kind of like an excavator then on the 9.
So it's going to be right up here in the front, but it's heavy. We got all that weight out here, so we do all of our work. We have a bigger radius that we're going to be able to get them trees cut without scooting around with the tracks. But to do that, we're going to, instead of having our engine on the side, we're going to have our engine on the back, so that we can have that counterweight effect of the boom being farther ahead. So we add the engine here, and then to protect it, we're going to hang our counterweight behind it. So the 959 is going to have a little more room to swing our backside around. It's going to do similar work, but if a guy was going to do hardcore clearing where he had that room to maneuver around, no sweat, that'd be the machine for him, because he can reach more trees without scooching around so much, which you do what you got to do in that regard. But we're trying to do some selective cutting. We're not trying to bang them, boom, and mess up every daggone tree in the whole woods. So we're going to sneak in there, get out the ones that we want to get out real safe and easy, and we're going to.
Now let me step in here. Now these guys in our industry, these guys have a big name at doing their job right. Now this guy, he ain't playing when he's talking about this, as far as having high standards, as far as the woods.
We was trained to treat people good and treat the woods like it was your own. So when we go in there, we kind of anticipate that, hey, maybe someday we might come back and cut again, or my younger brothers might cut again, or maybe even my kids might want to. So when we leave there, we kind of feel like we're going to leave it somewhat like we would treat our own farms, our own properties, and we treat our landowners and our customers like, you know, like good people, because that's what a guy ought to do, I think, you know.
And that was what you got into. Now this is fresh on his mind because he just spec'd this out. But what he got into was so your 950.
It's 959.
Your 959 is going to be more like an excavator with the tail swing, and then this is more like, well, this ain't even like an excavator. It's just a cutter. It's a typical cutter with the motor on the side. Where your 959 is going to throw and it's going to give you the counterweight for your counterbalance. But what's important to us in this area, and especially with these guys, is get your tail swing down so you're not taking up so much space in the woods because you're select cutting.
We're select cutting. We're trying to leave a lightest footprint as possible. So that's actually important, because what we're going to do is cut the trees. We're going to get in here with this machine, and then we're going to go right on the same tracks to drag them out with the skidder. Same road. So when we leave it, it's actually a really nice path. Actually, most landowners might go in there with their gator or their four-wheeler and go back here and take their grandkids, and they might for once be able to go through their woods
and do their spraying and TSI and all that stuff,
and get things done like they want to and enjoy their property. And some of them might not have the opportunity because of health reasons to even get back in there. And when we leave, now they get right back in there, no sweat, man, and they're happy about it. We treat them good. And if they need anything specific, hey, just let us know. We'll get it done while we're there. No problem. Yeah. So,
what a beautiful rig. My God, that looks good.
So we're right here at 330 horsepower, 90,000 pounds operating weight with the head on. It's a truckload, but it's doable. We just have to maneuver the cab slightly to get underneath all the wires and be careful on what roads we're driving on.
Yes.
So, yeah.
The heavy duty wow, the cab mechanism's a bit updated. That is cool.
We have quite a bit of power in these lift cylinders, because there's really, I'm not an expert. I don't want to reveal secrets. Maybe I shouldn't, but I'm telling you what, man.
Guys, he is an expert, trust me. But he's this is his first cutter. They're getting into it, but he is an expert. He's just being modest.
For a long time.
For your whole life.
I ain't trying to be boastful about what
He's hand cut his whole life.
I've got kicked around enough that this is great. I consider this like a vacation. But if a guy's getting in trouble with the head and he finds that, hey, this is kind of a not so good situation, I got to make a decision on whether we're going to wear this tree or we're going to send him on the other side of us. If you're completely out of options and there's no more power left in the boom and you got no more power left in that head, there will be power left in these tilt cylinders. I'm telling you from experience. You creep up on these tilt cylinders, man, and the tractive effort, that's like the last ditch, man. Everybody goes home happy. We don't have any broken nothing on our machine. So you kind of got to do what you got to do, and that's what I learned from Logger Wade. You get in that pickle spot, you got to figure it out. Stuff happens on occasion.
Oh, what a beautiful piece. I am jealous. It is beautiful.
Come show me how to run it, man.
Well, check this out. So this is for your saw and stuff, or what?
No, that's the batteries. So what we're doing in there.
Oh, wow.
What we're doing here, so make sure you hang your key right there, so when you send somebody out there.
Do what?
That's where you want to hang your key. But when you want to start it up, you got to turn your batteries on right here. And they say to turn it off because there's quite a fair amount of parasitic load with the daggone JD link and the So we have this
sucking on it. Yeah.
We call it. This is new to me, and I'm learning this. This is actually a pretty valuable tool. It's called Timbermatic. So it's the mapping software and the screen that displays the boundaries and the power lines and the places we're not going to drive and the places we should drive and the places we did drive and where there's wood to skid. Anyhow, that monitor and that software is constantly updating, and it communicates with the office. So if they're trying to send me a boatload of emails while I'm not running my machine for a week or two because it got too wet, I'll turn the battery off and I'll get back to them when I get here. No big deal that way. So
And those of you that's interested in all this, as far as if you're getting ready to make a decision on this, check out Thomas Johnson Media. He's got a lot on this. What is it? Timber. What do they call this software?
Timbermatics.
Timbermatics. He's got a lot of information on Timbermatics software.
Yep, Timbermatics is a great tool. It's a great tool. So what we've done here is, if we can get Wade to show you the skidder up here again, we've paired the cutter to the skidder, so we're sharing a screen. So if we can't see each other in the woods, we're still going to know what we're doing, what we have left to do, and a percentage to.
So there's no drags left.
If it's all picked up, we'll know, and then there's no reason to go back through. After we've, say the dozer is already finished graded, and we thought maybe we might have forgot one, we're going to save the whole experience of going back through there with the skidder to go get a drag that might not be there, and then have to regrade it all out. We can use it, utilize our software, and use it. You know, we pay good money for that technology. We might as well use it to our advantage.
Utilize it, yeah. That is neat. Well, do you care if we look in the cab?
Yeah, you go up in there and look, man, but I feel kind of bad. I had to put some of the stuff out of the tent in there so it didn't blow away tonight. So,
oh, it's full. Oh, no, I didn't. No, that's all right. So he's got a cab full.
not normally do I carry around
You
balloons and helium
the
tanks, man,
kitchen sink, everything's in there.
but, I left it. Anybody remember?
Propane tank. You got- Look at that monitor. Jeez, my knees. That is beautiful. That is one heck. Now that's part of the timber tracker or Timbermatic.
Timbermatics is that top screen up there.
Wow, it still smells brand new in here. There's is that your Timbermatic box up there?
Yep, that's for the Quadco intermittent head. That's
The intermittent, okay, that's your power to your intermittent. So you got your valves in the head?
Yep, so what we're gonna do
Okay.
is we need to change teeth. We need to turn off that head up there, obviously, so we don't get our fingers our fingernails
Yep.
shortened by accident. But it also holds the head out. Otherwise, see, it's always wanting to suck it back in the bottom of the head all the time. So
But when you shut it off, it lets it out.
when you turn that switch off, then you can take it out and it won't suck it right back in. So then we can change the teeth if we need to, or sharpen them, or flip them around.
Gotcha.
Yep.
We're taking a video tour of this. How many teeth you running on this?
All of them.
10? 12?
I ain't that good with it yet.
12. I'd
Something
say
like
12.
that. Yeah.
And that's a 6,800 pound head? 6,000.
Fair question. We could probably get the specs on that, but it's right
The head weighs as much as a truck, a full-size truck.
Hey, and boys and girls, if I can say one thing that I learned the hard way, is the top of the tree weighs as much or more than the actual log that you want out of the tree. Never knew that in my whole entire hand cutting career. I got one of these. I'm telling you, you got the whole top up there, and if it's full of leaves and squirrels and everything else you can imagine, there is a boatload of weight up there. I'm being genuine with you.
Yeah.
Once you get that,
I tell them it's like carrying a broomstick in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Carrying a broom balanced on the stick, so you gotta. Whoa,
Maybe I'll drive that broom home tonight, actually.
that is beautiful.
Yeah, thanks, man. We really appreciate it. We've worked hard to get to this point.
Yeah,
And we're
you've
not
earned
better.
it.
I ain't saying we're no better. We don't act like we're better than anybody else. But like I did say, we take tools and we use them to work smarter. And this is a smarter way of doing things that we might have had to do not so safe before. And now we can do this. So,
How many years have you hand cut?
24.
24 years of hand cutting, and this will be your third job you're taking this to after the show.
Third job.
24 years of hand cutting experience.
I still think we probably will do quite a bit more hand cutting.
Mm-hmm. Less and less all the time.
Smart tools.
He don't know that, but I do.
Bye.